All right. My God. That was a 2-hour recap, chat. 2-hour recap. Is this his expansion for Tyranny? No, this is the base game. I mean, it has been a long time since we played, so I am going to give myself a break for that one. Okay, finally to gameplay, indeed. Do they need to speak with me? No, it's not shown there. That's something we need to do. Right, what were we doing in terms of quests? Let's have a quick look. I think Bound by the Blade, travel to Trapper's Junction. Go to Trapper's Junction to search for Matthias. You learned that Matthias, leader of the Unbroken, has gone to Trapper's Junction. He has informed you information you need about the Dauntless, the relic that Bled and Mark sent you to acquire. Breach between worlds, the Unbroken are looking for a powerful artifact, the Steadfast Insignia, at the Blade Grave, Old Walls. This item of power may be worth investigation. Optional quest. Travel to the Old Walls Breach. Travel to the breach along the Blade Grave Old Walls to locate the Unbroken soldiers hunting for the Steadfast Insignia. Hidden Truths. A sage has offered you valuable information in exchange for the preservation of her research and the well-being of her scribe. Travel to the Shattered Bastion. The sage has directed you to the ruined estate in the Bastard Tier. Okay. You received a missive from Sage L. I wonder if this happened because I allowed the sages to escape. And Vendrian's Well, Seats of Power. You have been witness to your own unique ability to ascend to the top of spires. These monolithic structures serve as excellent bases of operation. In order to bolster the war efforts in the tiers, you should seek out more spires. Perhaps by doing so, you might uncover more of the mystery behind their power, and why you have such an affinity toward them. Gain the remaining spires. I've got 4 or 5 across the tiers. There are a number of spires that dot horizon. I've gained all of these. Last one. Find a way to the Ocean Spire in the Blade Grave, which is where we are. There is a spire located in the Blade Grave region. This much is known. However, due to Kyros' edict, navigating there might be near impossible without knowing the way. You should travel to the Blade Grave and determine a safe path to the spire. You have learned that the spire in the Blade Grave is located near a breach in the Old Walls. Now it's just a question of how to navigate through the storm to get there. Alrighty then. Oh, my lord. I missed you, Kills in Shadow. I really did. I love the way Kills in Shadow just pads along on all fours. That's truly, truly glorious.
Fast, silent, best hunter.
I also missed your voiceovers. Truly, Kills in Shadow is best hunter. Fast, silent.
Kills in Shadow understands.
I love it so much. Right. Now, I don't recall if there is a certain thing that we need to do to be more observant of the area around us. I would appreciate any kind of recap on useful keys that I should press to make sure that I'm paying attention to my surroundings, because there are lots of things to find in this game, little bits and bobs around the place, or if it's just purely moving near them with my stats high enough. Sneaking gives a temporary increase to your subterfuge. So this is what we should be using then.
Stepping lightly.
Indeed. Subterfuge is what we use to discover things. Okay. Let's have a quick look at that. Subterfuge. The subterfuge skill determines a character's ability to move unseen through their environment, to detect and manipulate hidden traps and devices, and to open locked chests and doors. It also used in dialogue to determine your ability to deceive or trick the person you're speaking with. Very well. Thank you. Okay, so that's definitely something you need to be aware of then. I'm going to be sneaking pretty much everywhere. You know what? I seem to recall that being my modus operandi before as well. I do apologize, but the junkyard, Rust Canyons, campsite gate, We've got some sort of thing going on down there. Let's go up this way. Also, plus will set my game to fast or slow paced. Oh, thank you. That will help. Softly, softly. Sneaky, sneaky.
Sorry, I can't.
Oh, sorry, it just isn't good enough. Scoundrel. Ooh. The equipment of both disfavored and unbroken soldiers are embedded in these jagged rocks. The destruction of Kyros Edict did not distinguish ally from enemy. That seems to be a pattern with Kyros, actually. Okay, we've got some camp supplies. We don't need them. We haven't camped in an awfully long time. I think I've used the ability to camp extremely sparingly. And as such, we've got a full amount of camping supplies.
Interesting.
Okay. Who has the best subterfuge skill? It is Lantry. But only by 2 points. Go ahead and disarm it. Get a bit of extra EXP. Or not.
Yes.
No additional EXP, sadly. Oh, this looks like something might be hidden at the end of it. Or someone. But Kyros doesn't have allies. Fair. That is fair. Okay, so holding down tab will highlight things.
No one will know I was there.
Is there a way to permanently turn that on? Oh, left shift. Is it? Tab and left shift? No. Don't be sorry, be bad. Wow. This campfire smells of rust and burnt hay. Whoever built it struggled with the rust cannon's scarcity of kindling. We're not... we don't have any troubles with it. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Should be under controls. Alright. Stealth toggle, stealth on, stealth off. Highlight hold, highlight toggle. Okay, well, we'll pop that one down to tab. There we go. Nice and easy. Because this game is so beautiful that it would be very easy to assume that something was just painted in the background rather than actually something I could interact with. Though the soldiers of the old stalwart were ripped apart by the magic of Kyros Edict, many of their battle standards still remain upright, reminders of their heroic fight against the disfavored. Yep. Drawn down in this direction, see if there's anyone around. I mean, there should be. There's all these fireplaces still lit. The scavengers have used the environment to help build their camp. This makeshift tent is comprised of a large patchwork of cloth held aloft, in part by spikes of earth. Be very cautious in walking around, though. Because there are absolutely things that you will miss otherwise. We've found interesting things in just like rocks that you could turn over, but that didn't show up until I was close. Ah, yeah, chat log there. That's quite useful. Thank you. Okay. Can we get up there, I wonder? Yes, we can, but not directly. Container auto-looted. Am I just immediately pulling everything out of the containers? Oh, auto-looted? No, never mind. This place seems utterly devoid of anything useful. Something over there, though. I think when they... like, okay, so it's been a while, so do apologize for that. But it appears...
Sorry, I can't.
that blue items have something in them. Did I pass through this area previously, then? So I seem to recall this. I think that may have been something that we had a fight in. I think I may... yeah, I think that might have actually been where we had a bit of a... scuffle there. We think, but we don't know, so I am going to be cautious and just poke around a little bit more, but looks like we might need to go down there, perhaps. Ragazol flag sways gently in the wind, marking the site where its original owner died during the casting of the Edict of Storms. Oh, we've definitely taken everything from over there. Yeah, I cleared this entire area of all the stuff I wanted to clear last time. Okay, well, in that case, shall we head back to the map and see where we can go? Old Walls Breach, Torn Strand, Rust Canyons, Sentinel Stand, Dust for Trappers Junction. Well, scouts have recently confirmed the presence of an opening leading into the old walls of this location. The immediate area is likely dangerous given the high risk of Bane infestation. The breach is not far from the site where the Unbroken Regent, Epistratos, famously clashed with the Savit forces at the close of the war. So we're already at the old walls breach then. I guess that would be down here. Scavenger camp. Sure. Let's make our way here then. Good night, Werewitch Queen. Oh, the map is fully revealed, therefore you've been here before. Oh, okay. Again, it's been so long since I last played that I didn't recall if that were the case or not. In that case, we don't need to be stalking around quite as much. You already know this sigil?
Follow quietly.
Indeed.
Paw soft, soft, soft.
Indeed. Keep your paw soft, soft, soft. What is this down here? And Walker Stone Shield. Smell of men soaking in their own waste rises up from the spear-lined pit. Oh, I think they got trapped down here. I could attack them, but I'm not sure I want to. Can I interact with them in any way other than just attacking them? Oh, subterfuge +1. Apparently that was enough to level me up a little bit. You know what? Let's not hide. Do they? I'm not sure they do, mate. I know they are kind of a gift box of EXP, really.
Your death awaits.
Can I interact with you in any way that isn't? Cousin Shadow, don't fall down there.
Understands.
The rest of you can come out of hiding, in fact. One of the things I love about Siren is she has a very unique way of fighting. She is singing them to death right now. We have a look. The way that Sirin fights is with her voice. She sings. And we have unlocked certain abilities. I'm confused. Why people stuck in the pit would automatically be hostile? I think I probably annoyed them the last time I talked to them. So, you know, it is what it is. So, Siren is now... Yeah, she's just singing them to death. I could help them along, I suppose, by dropping a fireball down there.
Sorry, I can't.
That is unfortunate for you. They're trying to attack, but they really can't. Give them a false pit in the pit that they're in. Yeah, their faction doesn't like me, but you know that is the thing. Did perhaps there was some sort of interaction that I failed to do last time? I have no idea. I can't recall. Would you say you pitted them against one another? That hurt. That hurt a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Right. Okay then. Thank you for indulging my very long-winded recap on the game and getting back to what we were doing. The pun was the pit. Oh no. What are you doing to me, chat? We're at the Rust Canyon, sorry. We need to go to Old Walls Breach. I think that is probably the next important location for me. Yeah. We're going to go to Old Walls Breach. Let's be on our way. It'll take me 11 hours and 30 minutes to get there. Nestled amongst the trenches gouged across the Blade Grave by the Edict of Storms, you find true rarity, a sheltered pool of water. Seemingly fed by a spring, the pool gives way to a pair of thin streams that become choked with grit and rust almost immediately after they snake out from under the shelter of a towering curled sheet of twisted bronze armor. Skeletal arms, held together by bunched strands of dried tendon, hang from the roof of the unnatural cavern, and a half-broken statue, a pitted graven image of an ancient stalwart queen, protrudes from the wet, suggesting that this may once have been the center of a settlement. Wait, I just missed the recap. Darn! White Fang. It was a pretty long, windy recap. Chat will be able to give you the cliff notes, though, I'm sure, if they paid attention. Mangy dogs with matted fur and bone-thin deer have collected in the shadows, seeking shelter from the storm that long ravaged this kingdom. Though the deer press themselves deeper into the shadows, the canines growl at your approach, fangs bared behind curled flews. Set camp and sleep, hunt deer, approach dogs, attempt law, examine statue. Yeah, we're going to attempt law. Gain 7 law skill experience. The natural enclosure sweeping high above the grotto has protected the painted marble statue from the worst of the destruction of Kyros Edict of Storms. Draped in dress painted pale crimson, the queen's skin is a deep bronze, and what's left of her tightly curled hair is rendered in enamelled black, giving the impression that it has been well oiled. Her right hand raises a broken spear, and her left a downturned dagger. You recognize the statue as Regent Ateria, a woman renowned in Old Stalwart for both her guile and her strength at arms. The former has become a considerably less valued trait than the latter in recent centuries, and recent histories barely mention her more solid accomplishments. Okay. We gained Jet Periapt. Quality superior. Covert. Right-click for details. Though the black gemstone hanging from this thin bronze chain seems the obvious source of its power, the enchantment actually hides within the woven metal necklace, each minuscule sigil engraved to face into the weave. Even as the necklace's form obscures its strength, its function strengthens the obscure. This gives minus 10% recovery time for 20 seconds, requires stealth. Okay. Once common amongst the secretive orders of the mystic spies and assassins in Stalwart, items such as this bestow speed in vital moments following the first blow. Success became the assassin's undoing. When Regent Stradis Amalia eradicated all traces of the Order after employing them to eliminate her predecessor. That a periapt such as this survived is a testament to the school's capacity for subterfuge and resourcefulness. Okay. We can see what we're currently equipped with. And everyone else. Okay. End encounter, not too bad. Little random thing. Belial, those were the best cliff notes ever. TLDR, Aavak did some things.
Seep into shadow.
Now, I've currently got the fragments of Kane's head. I've literally chipped away the Archon's head. I don't know how I should feel about this. I'm quite concerned, in fact. I mean, that's nice. You're currently using Sharp, Vigor, Sirin, Emerald Pin. You just naturally heal. Plus 10 control lightning. I think I'd prefer you to have that. Okay. Is that... No, it isn't an artifact. It had the same border as some artifacts though, but we'll pop that on. It's just the quality, I guess. There we are. You can have that, Sarah. Not that I really think you're the best one for it. In fact, I kind of feel... You know what? Kills in Shadow. Let's go. You know you want it. Now you got it. Okay. Grigos. Is there any info on this person? Encyclopedia. Mechanics. Afflictions and injuries. Boons, equipment, locations, law. No. Okay. Doesn't appear that we have any
Will do.
particular information about them.
Got
Don't
it.
mind me. Just helping myself. Hand lock you there. Yeah, I've got no particular information about
I got
them.
it.
Stalk around them for now. A couple more peeps dead and around them. Tines of bedrock dot the landscape, providing little shelter from the constant winds.
Will
Nope.
do.
Nope. Can we? There we go. Iron gauntlets. I mean, they're okay. But not for us right now.
Can't do that.
I sneak up past you. Am I going to be too close? Oh, poop. Okay, apparently not. At attention! A band of unbroken warriors rouse into position as their leader stands alert to your presence. How did you spot me? I'd ask if you're friend or foe to the unbroken, but we have no friends in these parts. State your business or be gone. I have no time to suffer the whims of wandering fools. I want to finish this expedition and get out before we all end up as fodder for the Bane. Attack unbroken. The name just begs me to break. Oh, yeah, I love this. I love these characters. The dialogue options are amazing. A giant holding a glowing sword. Yep, that's definitely the best one to give the pendant that requires stealth. I mean, kills the shadow. The trick is in the name, really, Blood Alchemy. She's not called kills in broad daylight, is she? She's called kills in shadow. What part of kills in shadow gives you the impression that she's not stealthy. She is fast, fast, silent. Best hunter. Do I really want to be that straightforward with them? Okay. What's our relationship with the Unbroken up to now? We're not really in good standing with the Unbroken. In fact, I think I've really not made them happy. She might be fast, fast, silent, but I bet she hasn't bathed in a while. Has to always attack from upwind. That's rude. Man, Belial. No, I think I'm just going to give him an option. Well, I know they're here for the steadfast insignia. So if I tell them stand aside or perish, I know they're going to choose perish. So that's the same as saying the name just begs for me to break you. I'm here to collect some artifacts. I'm not trying to get in your way. I don't really want to have to fight if I don't have to right now. I kind of do, but I don't. I feel that we're kind of on a tight schedule, and if we could just slip in and slip out, that would be fine. You're a bigger fool than I could have credited if you think I'll allow you to plumb the old walls to rob us of Stalwart's heritage. He sneers and shakes his head at you. As much as I like the idea of your ravaged corpse decorating those halls, I'm not in the habit of taking chances. Fair? So let's not pretend we're going to do anything other than what we're going to do. He signals to his men and draws his weapon. For Stalwart! Alright, fair enough. First and foremost then, let's just pop this here. Kills in Shadow. Are you still stealthed? Don't think you are, sadly. Siren's immediately singing, so that's fine. I could drop... See, I would have been better if Kills in Shadow was over there. Kills in Shadow, just charge in if you can. I love some of Kills in Shadow's abilities. They're just terrifying. Move in. We'll have you taunt soon after. Let's get Lantry in position as well. Okay. Kills in Shadow, need you over there. And... Hey, Mojo, how you doing, mate? Thank you very much for the raid. The koalas are here. Quick, hide the eucalyptus. How you doing, buddy? What were you playing? Hey, Aavak and Aavak chat. Hello, mate. Also, hello, Dr. Doof. Is Nightbot not listening to you, Belial? You got a bit of the old Factorio going. Ah, I see. Oh no, Nightbot was just a little bit slow today. Really, Nightbot? Take a moment to check out Mojo D, who lastly played Unknown Twitch channel. Give them a follow. Moji, you gotta stop playing these unknown Twitch channels, man. How did your factory go? We're getting back to a bit of Tyranny. It's been an awfully long time since I played. We're continuing a save, which is always a bold move when it's been this long since I've done anything with it. So it's slow going to begin with because I'm getting used to everything again. But really, really excited to be jumping back into this RPG. Probably in my top 5 RPGs. But thank you very much for the raid, For those of you who aren't familiar, Mojo plays a lot of similar games that I played, especially in the more factory-style games, like obviously Factorio. I believe I've seen you play a couple of others along the lines of like Mindustry and the likes. Bit of a variety streamer, though. That being said, you can find Mojo playing quite a lot of different titles. Please do give them a follow if you haven't already, and I can assure you, you won't regret the decision. Alright, Sirin needs to not be down there, and Kills in Shadow really needs to be over here now. Lantry, how about we drop... Oh, that would be glorious. Let's just pop a bunch of people to sleep, if you wouldn't mind. Okay, well that's just rude. Kills in Shadow, could you lure them over to you? And let's pop Surge of Glory. I can't get over there now. Let's move over to Kills in Shadow right there. Can I get Healing Aura on, I guess? Well, let's drop it on Kills in Shadow, because we're going to be right around Kills in Shadow in a moment. There we go. Perfect, Kills in Shadow. I like it a lot. Right, Polish Arms on Kills in Shadow as well, please. Oh, can I not? Oh, I have to do that on myself. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Well, that's an option then. Restore Land. Create a healing field in a large area. Allies in the area have random hostile effects removed and have their maximum health increased. I wouldn't mind that being dropped right at Kills in Shadow's feet. Thank you. We're already starting with our songs. Control Emotions +1/+1. Control Emotions. Titan's Touch. What does Kills in Shadow currently have active on them? Let me see. Active abilities. Combo abilities. Spells. Talents. Quick items. Weapon sets. No, I want to see what you've got active. Oh, well, I guess these are what you've got active, aren't they? So you're Sundered minus armor. That's not great. How about I drop... I could go with a fireball. It'll hit quite a few people. I believe these only affect enemies, so we should be safe to use that. Yep. Titan's Touch is on its way. Drop another fireball in there. You're just going to stay asleep for a while. I'm totally okay with that. There we go. Kills in Shadow doing well over here. Healing Aura is keeping Kills in Shadow's health, you know, very nice right now. I could have Aria of Resonance. Siren's voice fractures the enemy armor of her foes. Sorry, the armor of her foes. Enemies in the area cannot defend against Siren's voice and have their armor sundered. Aria of Pain. We've got a couple of different songs that Siren can use. You could go with Concussive Bolt. Tidal Burst. Weighted Stance. Generate aura around the target that prevents allies from being knocked prone. Releases a pulse of concussive force, blasting enemies and pushing them back. Or Wave of Despair. That one might not be a bad one. Sure. Go ahead in this general direction, please. Go ahead and get involved. Right. If I could please use another false pit on you.
I got it.
Go. Tunk. Straight down. Bleeding once again. And at this point, I could switch over to my bow and just attack from afar. See no particular reason not to. There we go. What? That was a rather big jump. Heyo, Terrace Man. I almost read Tearsman there. We're still on plus speed. I should actually slow it down for the combat. That's a good point. Anyways, I'm a lurk in the background while I find and eat some lunch. Enjoy your lunch, mate. And yeah, I think Twitch is behaving a little bit oddly right now. It seems really slow with quite a few things like shoutouts in general. And I don't necessarily think that's Nightbot. I think that's probably Nightbot's interaction with Twitch, and more on Twitch's end than Nightbot's side. Hieronymus, am I next? The sage points his quill at the unbroken corpses, biting his lip as he finishes the final scribbling of a note. I was not trying to eavesdrop on your scuffle, but now that I've witnessed it, duty obliges that I record it. He rolls a sheet of parchment into a thick tube in his hands. Come and silence the record if you must, but I warn you, the sages have long written memories. I already know you as the quencher of flames and stamper of embers, though I take it the Burning Library was only one chapter of your legacy. Incidentally, how was the old citadel? Ah, don't answer that. As the new warden of Lathian's Crossing, I can only assume you intend to give the poor settlement at least an illusion of stability, but who am I to judge? He continues to scribble and mutter your accomplishments to himself. The name is Aavak. Be sure to include that detail several times. No need to leave such comprehensive notes. No. No need for concern. I'm only here to kill Unbroken. Oh, I see. A little too nationalistic for my taste, but they were decent travel. They were a decent travel company, at least. Scans the corpses again in size. They call Kyros forces uncompromising, but at times I wonder if it isn't the other way around. And how may this humble servant of letters be of assistance? He runs his finger through his hair, resting his quill behind his ear. I understand that we both seek items within yonder old walls. Tell me about yourself. I'm looking for steadfast insignia. Tell me what you know. Twitch is not allowed to fail now that we have finally got Tyranny. Wop, wop, wop. What are the sages doing here with the Unbroken? Let us say we are sympathetic to each other's causes. He clears his throat. It also helps that we're both interested in the arcana of yesteryear. The Regent artifacts are supposed to be fascinating specimens, and no sage would, in good conscience, refuse an opportunity for study. Tell me about yourself. I am Hieronymus, journeyman of the School of Ink and Quill. I scribe under Gaver's crane, and 17 tomes are bound by my hand. He coughs his gaze at his feet. All other details are just vanity. I am more accustomed to studying others than extolling my own facts. Well, I'm looking for the steadfast insignia. Tell me what you know. Artifacts are a fascinating business, are they not? And Stalwart's decorated military history yielded so much intrigue around them. The steadfast insignia was prominently displayed in every unbroken battle where Regent Aspesian fought. Aspison? I'm not sure. Over the years, it became something of a rallying marker, and its presence alone accounted for many notable victories. It's probably Aspison, because the sun should have a specific emphasis on it. Though, I take it you didn't need anything as ham-fisted as stalwart heirloom to fix matters in the Stone Sea, did you? Kyros magic is built on such subtle wording that even this old scholar must respect it. From afar. Hieronymus shakes his head with a sigh, gesturing towards the massive stone horizon of the old walls. It lies within, but no good discovery is without pitfalls. He points towards a wide breach in the nearby section of the ancient stone facade. The Unbroken and I were attempting to recover a few relics of interest from the old walls, but a swarm of scourges put a halt to that plan. You do see those risks from time to time. When I was training at the library, a senior scribe told me to clear the rats out of the cellar. Some of them, accursed things, had knotted up their tails, and he trails off shuddering. Let's just say what happened here was almost as bad. Really? While we're on the topic, I understand that Lathian's Crossing has a scourge problem or two. You'll have to keep an eye on that if there's to be any stability in the region, won't you? Best of luck. Indeed, we do have Lantry here, yeah. We recovered a torch key during our ill-fated first attempt at breach the old walls. I have seen fashioned stones like it before, but what we don't know about them would fill a library. Hieronymus points with a shaky finger. Unfortunately, when we were attacked, we got separated from Grigos' men, and one of the soldiers still has the torch key. His corpse does, to be exact. You got a fun meeting dialogue when you first came in. Oh, interesting. It might have been the way that we interacted with the Unbroken. What does this torch key do? Where's the soldier's body? Just southeast of the breach. Take care. Those beasts may still be on the hunt. And what does it do? It appears to be part of the lock and key system within the old walls. If only we could replicate such craft on a grand scale as the builders of this place. He shakes himself from reverie. In any event, you'll need the torch key if you want to scour the ruins below. And what are the next steps? Once you get the torch key, you'll be able to venture past the first chamber. He pauses for a moment. Of course, given our aborted efforts, you can understand why I'd be hesitant to re-enter old walls. My scribe, Javala, didn't survive the trip. The poor girl. He cuts off his speech to eye you with interest. I don't mean to pry, but is that the storied shield of azure that you have there? Let the ravaging Bane hurl themselves against that beauty. The Mage Bane will serve you well on the other side of the breach, though it may not block out the horrors of those unsightly creatures. I hope that the Silent Archive has granted you the wisdom to navigate the old walls with care. Such places are riddled with traps and pitfalls that can best even the most seasoned adventurer. Okay, so it's referencing all of the various things that we've managed to pick up. I'll answer any questions you have, though you're apt to tell me more of interest than the other way around, I'm sure. Okay. What are you seeking in the old walls? What of the steadfast insignia? What can you tell me of the old walls? What should I expect inside? Can you deliver a message for me? Ooh, that might be an interesting one. What are you seeking in the old walls? My research suggests that within these nearby old walls are a set of stones carved with ancient script. For lack of a better term, I call them stones of elucidation. His hand darts to his satchel, producing a hand-drawn sketch of an ordinary circle. I know the sketch doesn't capture the wonder, and frankly, we don't really know what they do. We have found spheres of identical size, but differing glyphs in over a dozen disparate regions of the old walls. As we find more of these stones, we can compare commonalities in sigils. With a large enough collection to study, we hope to crack the language of the old walls. Who can guess what we might learn then? Hieronymus blushes. It's been a slow process. Constructing dead languages without living witnesses is singularly frustrating. It is a tall request, but I doubt Tunon selects fools for Fatebinders. I could use someone with your mettle to brave the old walls. And what's in it for me? For you, he looks askance, his chin resting in ink-stained hands. A fair mention in the Chronicles is reward enough. I'm good at solving problems, but I don't do it for free. Want a copy of one of your arcane texts? Yes. Such a steep request. His eyes widen with surprise before a smile creeps over his face. But you certainly have refined tastes, and it would be an honour to have a Fatebinder annotate a manuscript of mine. He scratches his chin for a long moment before slowly nodding. Help me, and I'll pay you in the future with something bound just for you. Okay, I'll consider your request. Yeah, see, the thing with knowledge of the old walls is heresy is, yeah, as Brithnoth mentions there, for non-Fatebinders, yes, heresy. For Fatebinders, maybe heresy. If you can legalese it, then you're good. If I can legalese a reason why knowledge of the old walls is not heresy for me, then Tunon would absolutely back me up. I just have to be particularly eloquent with my rhetoric. Scratching his chin implies he has no beard, and therefore cannot be trusted. I can scratch my chin through my beard. Not sure that my microphone's going to pick it up for you, though. Ah, feels good, though. Okay, the sage bows with a nod. That is all I can expect. What of the steadfast insignia? It's just a simple trinket to the untrained eye, but every first regent since before the Unbroken earned the name wore the badge into battle. Stalwart folk are even famous for standing their ground, and the steadfast insignia emboldens their immovable nature. The wearer can resist any charge, push or shove. He smiles, pointing to the ground, where heavy footprints are visible under layers of rust and sand. The layers of rust let you judge the age of footprints here in the Blade Grave. These tracks heading into the old walls date back to the opening days of Kyros Storm. My working hypothesis is that the only person with her feet on the ground during the peak of the storm would be the bearer of the steadfast insignia. Hieronymus aims his finger along the footprints in rust until he's pointing at the old walls, but I suppose we won't know for certain until we look. That's an interesting deduction.